Hi. Um, I've been gone last week for I think I think I didn't do any lives last week. I think that was because I got COVID. So after how long now? I think like 2 years not getting COVID through the whole pandemic. I suddenly got COVID. I don't know where I got it from, but like where exactly the virus started from, but I got it. So I didn't do any lives last week. But we're going to resume our live schedule starting this week though, so there's that. So let's get started. Let me change the thing. So today, this is what we'll be doing. These two are my kill team Space Marines. These are already kind of completed. I think there are a few things I might want to change here and there later in the near future, like the plasma gun to my sergeant. He's not completely complete yet, but yeah. So if you want to see more like detailed version, like more focused in version of these guys, you can see them on my Instagram. So this is the sergeant. He's got a little helmet at the back, and he's the only one that has a plasma gun, but I haven't gotten down how to paint the plasma like um glowy effect yet, so we're going to have to settle with that for now. I think it's also mainly because I chose yellow for the plasma at the end, so it kind of blends in a bit too well with the bronze color. But yeah, so today my aim is to just get everyone. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my voice. Anyways, so my aim is just to get everything based like this. So everything from the mini itself to the base. Everything will be coated with the pink that is used as the base. And some of them, as you can see, are still separated like this. This is an arm. I'm holding the gun part. So yeah. So some parts are still separated because it'll be easier to paint them like this, and then after that stick it on at the end after painting all the little details that will go underneath the arms. So that's why I've taken those off. But yeah, so we're gonna get started with this. Actually, let me open up my wet palette is what it's called. So sorry, give me a second. Okay, so this is actually the palette that I use. I don't know if it's visible. It's from Green Stuff World. I don't know if that's information that's necessary for any one of you, but maybe not there then. I'll just put it elsewhere. Okay, but honestly, after I got the wet palette that like from the Green Stuff World one, it's completely different from the DIY palette that I had. So it's definitely worth what's it called? An investment into it. Also, I'm sorry if my internet is terrible. Just preface first, cause my um so after I got COVID, my grandma tested positive for COVID, and her room is exposed, and there's not much we could do to cover her room. So it's just kind of opened, and we can we can peek through from the living room. So that means that if there's any viruses, the living room probably got contaminated. And because of that, I can't open the door to my room so that I don't get COVID again. So that's why I'm not using the cable today, which is probably why the internet might suck more than usual. If it sucks like too much, maybe I'll change to like an Instagram live for the week until I get everything sorted out. But yeah, so that's the situation as of now. So it's a bit hard for me to open the door and have the cable connected to the router. So you might experience bad Wi-Fi connection from me. So I'm sorry in advance for that. But yeah, okay, I thought. So I'm listening to like a new song. I don't know when it was released, but it's new. And I'm having it on repeat and suddenly just stopped. I think my Wi-Fi is acting up. So I'm sorry again if the Wi-Fi just decided to act up in the middle of this. It's not much I can do about it yet. So I apologize in advance first. I am thinking of getting my own internet subscription. So that could be something that I do in the near future. So I'll think about it. But first, I'm gonna just do this with what I have first. Oh! It's fine. We'll just stick it in at the end again. So, I don't know why that happened. Usually, using cement is a lot stronger than this. I feel like is this not watered down enough? Or because okay, so using cement usually it's a lot stronger than this and nothing falls off. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's like at the end of the bottle, like it's almost out. Like we're almost out of cement. Let me show you. Like there's not much left. I don't know if you guys can see how much left specifically because there's a label, but like it's not much. So yeah, I don't know. Again, see, it's not visible, but there's barely any left. So maybe that's why it's a bit lacking hold power wise. So hopefully that's not gonna be an issue. And let's just keep going first. I'll just glue it on again when I feel like it's not gonna hinder my painting process. I might paint these in my spare time, so we might not be painting pink marines again next week. Might not, but we'll see, because I've been wanting to complete them for a bit, but it's been a bit hard because I don't have the ability to keep coming in and out of the room because of when I got COVID. Well, I was like the virus hotspot. I didn't want to infect my whole family, right? Now that my grandma's got COVID, I don't feel like going in and out of my room too often in like caution because I don't want to catch COVID again. But yeah. That's why I haven't been painting these. I've been wanting to finish them. But yeah, so if we're not doing pink marines again next week, it's probably because I got excited and decided to paint them off camera. So I'm sorry for that. But there'll be more things to paint as well, since I have a lot of kill teams ready for me to paint. Because we're making a few, and I think we're gonna make a few for the team, for my team. So there's that. So let's just get all of them based up, and then we'll continue from there. So I was thinking of making the guy's hair similar to our sergeant. Might change my mind. I might keep like the white hair for this guy. but we'll see. Because I think there's a charm in the white hair. Also, to make it different from our sergeant dude. But yeah, so I think I think that's that about these guys basically. Oh, um, so in case you didn't know, I since this is the first time I've said this just now like earlier, but since the first time I got COVID, I actually didn't know what to expect, and I did not expect to be hit that hard with like fever symptoms, like just fever and I don't know what to say in English. Like it's called meriang. Um, it's like you feel really cold all over, and then some parts of your body is a bit hot. So like that's what I've been feeling throughout my like I don't know what to say throughout the time I had COVID. I guess that's the best way to say it. But yeah, so that's what I've been feeling most of the times throughout my time with COVID. And I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to be. I don't know if I was expecting it to be worse or not, but I was not expecting it to feel that way specifically. Um, I also expected to lose my taste and my sense of smell, but I didn't throughout the whole thing. So there's that. And also, there's not much flu wise for me. It was more of a cough rather than flu. So that was also kind of weird for me. I thought it'd be more flu symptoms rather than cough. But yeah. So that was just a interesting thing, I guess, that I wanted to share because I feel like everyone is different and they should have different symptoms, I think, according to like which strain and how their body reacts to it and stuff like that. But also, I just didn't expect it to be that way for me specifically. Because from what I heard, um, I did know someone who didn't get any symptoms, like no, like sense of smell and stuff is all intact. Oh, hello, welcome. But yeah, I didn't know that that would happen to me. I thought I would be weaker than that, to be honest. I feel like I'm not thinning this well. I hope I am, but I don't feel like I am. I think I am. Hopefully I am. I don't want to mess these up. I want them to look great. I am spending a lot of time on these because I am using a painting technique that does use more time. I'm trying to go for like the classic painting method rather than just like a quick dry brush because I do want these to be done with that technique specifically because I just learned it like from my painting lessons. So I wanted to put them to good use on a actual team. I just didn't think that this would be feasible for like an actual 40k team cuz I don't I don't think I'd want to paint this slow for a whole 40k team. Hello, welcome back. It's been a while since I saw you. How are you? Oh, happy anniversary. Wow, it's been that long? Wow. Wow, actually. I didn't expect that. I thought it was a lot less than that. But how are you? It's been a while since I saw you. That means work must have been busy. My work's also been kind of busy, honestly. Oh, work has been fine. It's been a bit busy, and everything's fine except for like my clients, but like clients are clients, so like, clients are always like that. I don't know what else to say about them other than they're really wishy-washy. And yeah, but it's also our fault for not what's it called, setting better boundaries, more proper boundaries on our side. But yeah, everything else fine. Just clients, clients are always like that though. There's not much I can say about clients, because I take in a lot of commission work, design work as well, like commission based, for like a side thing. For I still do commissions now, but like it's been a bit more lax. I used to have them more often. Now it's been a bit empty, I guess. But I've only had like one very nice, like easy to work with client so far for everything, like commission work. I mean, like, it's clients, man. That's all I can say, I guess, about that. Oh, also, sorry if the internet is not that great, but I'm not using the cable, the extension cable today, because I can't open my door. Because after I got COVID, my grandma also got COVID. And her room is not closed. So her door is just wide open. And it is connected directly to the living room. So that means I cannot just keep my door open for extended periods of time, because virus. So yeah, my kids haven't been coming in and out of my room for a bit as well because of this. So yeah, COVID, man, it's annoying. Still enjoying it compared to the last job? Yes, I am, actually, quite a lot. Because it's a lot clearer as well. So I actually understand what I'm supposed to be doing. And there's incentives to ask for extra work. So I won't just be doing extra work for naught. So I'm glad that there's that. And like, I won't be too shy about asking like for more things to do when I'm free. Rather than like my old job, there wasn't any compensation for that, so I did nothing throughout the whole day. Which I guess was pretty good. It's just I don't want to be stuck with that salary for life. But yeah. But that's that. I think that's it about my job. There's not much new. It's the same. This is falling off. The head is falling off. Ah, I knew it. I need to glue it down better. But like I don't know why the cement doesn't quite stick as well as I hoped it would. But I guess this works out because now I can paint the inside better, more thoroughly. Okay, so let me just clear my brush up first. Yes, it's a new table! How did you notice, actually? So, the old table was white, and I think if I move, you can see it. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, you can't. Okay, you can kind of see it. Okay, so that white thing, this is my old table. It's a bit lower than the one I'm using at the moment. So I got this table because I was starting to get backache from sitting so high up compared to the table. But yeah, got a new table. It's an actual gaming table, this one. Oh shoot. So this one's an actual gaming table, and I still have the cutting mat that I usually use for the background. But considering I'm painting all of them pink, Um, I don't know if I should, because it's going to blend in with the cutting mat too well, I think, so that you won't be able to see anything. And my camera's already not the best, so, it's gonna be really hard to see it, so I thought the contrasting black would be better. I've technically spent hours staring at your table. I'd be more worried if I didn't notice. Check you upgrading your setup, professional streamer. I mean, not yet. I don't have a PC yet, but I'm getting there, actually. I'm hoping to be able to complete it this month, which is already a new month already, is it? It's the first, right, today? Let me check the date. Yeah, actually it's the first. It's a new month, so actually I'm trying to get my PC done this month so that we can start playing games together. And then I think I am very much contemplating getting my own internet subscription, because it is getting a little ridiculous at this point for the internet to still be kind of at this point. So hopefully we'll be able to get everything soon. So yeah, that's the plan for this month, maybe. I'm not sure about the internet, but the PC, I'm gonna hopefully finish it this month. Because there are a few games that I've been dying to try out. And I can't use my laptop for that. Because it's already dying anyways. Oh, it's this way. It's already dying anyways. It's not wise to add to the burden that my laptop's already experiencing, I don't think. Am I doing this right? I am worried that I am not. Okay, I think that looks more correct. So okay, guess not. Sir, I don't know why. Oh, I think maybe it's not right. Why? Isn't it like this? Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's let this dry, maybe? Oh, let me reattach the head first, and then let's let it dry. As in a PC build, or are you buying it built? I will be getting... So I got a few parts for cheaper from someone I know because it's secondhand. And from there, I'll be building appropriately. But, like, I'm gonna ask someone to build it for me because I'm not great with that. So I've never touched PC parts before, nor do I understand anything technical about it. So I'll just be asking someone to do it for me and hope that it works out well. So yeah, I'm gonna leave these here to dry for a bit because they're I'm gluing it down. So let's continue while we wait. Definitely block your building process. Oh sure, actually that is a good idea. It is very what's it called, kind of random. There we go, that's the word. It's kind of random, but I think it's a good idea to document the process as well. So yeah, so I'll probably do a thing for that too. Thanks for the idea. I hope that everything goes well and it'll be functional ASAP so that I can download everything and finally start playing PC games, because my Mac will die if I leave it like this for any longer, I think, because I've been using it for both work and personal use, and I don't think it's taking it too well. It's been heating up really quickly, and it's not been responding well to all the applications that I need to use for work, also for like personal use. But right now I've just been using it mainly for work, especially because last week I didn't stream either. But it's already crying for help, so I need to finish up the PC soon so I can actually use something else for personal use at least. So that the burden would be a lot less on my laptop. But yeah. So there's that. Is there anything new with you guys? Maybe. Um think I think there's not much new with me. I'm also planning to just do a short build tomorrow, like a very simple one, an HG. It's either gonna be the Hello Kitty or I'm gonna do the Nobel. Cause I finally got my hands on the Nobel last time I went out to the cosplay thing that I did. And since I had the discount, I ended up using it on the Nobel because it's been so long since it's been on my wish list, and I just haven't got it because there's just so many other things that I wanted at the time. But when I went to the event, there wasn't much that I wanted to get, and I wanted to get something cheap in general. So when I remembered I wanted the Nobel, I just decided to get that one. So now I have that. I am thinking of repainting the Nobel though when I'm done building it. Like I want a prettier color scheme, like a more pastel color scheme. I'm not really into all that bright red, blue, and yellow primary color looking color scheme for the Nobel. So we'll see. But yeah, that's also something I'm planning to do soon in the near future, maybe. But I don't have an airbrush at the moment, so I'll be probably just either hand painting it or I'll be using spray cans. So yeah, I've I've been planning a lot of things, and I actually wanted to go document um a tournament the other day. Oh wait, why is my AC not on? I thought I turned it on. So I wanted to document a tournament the other day, a Warhammer tournament, because there was one going on last week. I think it was Saturday and Sunday. So they had a 40k tournament going on. If you didn't know, Warhammer 40k is the big team, like a huge army of little miniatures that you control. So that's the game that I've been wanting to try out. This one is part of Warhammer, but I will be using this specifically for Kill Team, which is a smaller team, a more skirmish type game, while Warhammer is a bigger game and it will take a lot longer. But yeah, so for Warhammer armies, I think you need a lot of miniatures, like maybe at least 20. That's to get like a good start on things. You'll need more than 20 like miniatures, I think. But yeah. Oh, okay. I'll drink. But yeah, for Kill Team, the one I'm making right now, it's a lot smaller. So like for mine specifically, this is the Space Marines Assault Intercessors. So for this, I just need 6 units, which are all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I had to count them. Like I can't just see there's 6. But yeah, so for mine specifically, you need like 6. There's ones that need a bit more, like 10, I think. Which I forgot the name. I think Necrons, I think, needed 10, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so this is a lot smaller. the tournament I wanted to document was the 40k one, which means you'll need maybe more than 20, I think, depending on what you are building, like which army you're going with. You might need to make a lot more than 20, like 100, or you might just need like less than 100, but either way it'll be a lot more than 6. So yeah. Any more competitions planned? For me specifically, for Warhammer, I've never played like an actual game yet, so definitely not going to compete anytime soon for this. Maybe next year, like when I get the hang of it and I already actually started playing the game. That would be a good start, I think. I haven't had any other competitions lined up, and I'm not sure if there will be any other competitions soon for Warhammer that I can go and document. But I am planning to start a series on my YouTube in regards to playing that. So even if it's not competition, there will be some footage of people playing. May not be me, maybe me, but I am planning to go ham on this hobby and actually really grow the community here. So yeah, there's that. So there will be a lot more of this content on all of my social media. So if you like this stuff, you know, that's good for you, because you can watch more stuff about this. Which honestly, right, this is a very interesting game. It's just very high cost to enter the game. It's quite expensive, especially if you're starting off with like the 40k one, because you need a big army. You need a lot of points. Each of them have specific amount of points associated with them. I think depending on the weapons as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. But to build an army, you need to take into account those points. So if you're playing a 1500 point game, then your army needs to be 1500 points total. Same with your enemy's army. So it'll be equal, even though maybe let's say for me 100 points is 6 units, but for you 100 points is like 20 units. It's still the same amount of points, so that's how it works. Like, they don't count how many units you have, but how many points a unit brings. But yeah, I'm not sure if there's gonna be a competition again for this anytime soon, but I'm going to do more about this because it's interesting. And I found out Kill Team only needs like 6 for me, right? This one. So it's a lot less than 40k, so it's a lot more affordable, so I can also like get people acquainted with the game through this. So there's that. I might already need a new brush because I am rough with this. Have you found yourself investing more in your hobby since you've been streaming? Yes and no at the same time. So I think because I've started streaming my hobbies, I have been thinking more about what to get. Like, I used to just get whatever I wanted, like for Gundams or something like that. Usually if it's cute, I'll just get it, or if I feel like it, I'll just get it, because there's not much that I think about other than I kind of want it, and then if I have money, I'll just grab it. But ever since I started streaming and like documenting everything like on Instagram, I do think about what I buy more, if it's worth it or not, and if it's something I want to show people as well. Because there are some builds or some stuff that you want to just do by yourself, or you want to complete it in silence, basically. and not show people. Maybe it's a very small build, but it's a very personal thing that you just like, or maybe it's just you don't think it's gonna pull in the views, but you want to build it. But yeah, stuff like that I end up thinking about. But I do invest I end up investing more time into my hobbies than I did before, rather than money, I think. I think for money, there are times where, like, if I want to make content and I do need to um pool some funds, then I'll do it. But my budget for the main part stays the same for my hobbies. So the biggest thing that changes my investment in regards to time. But another thing that I've started to invest in for streaming as well, it will be like the electronics, because I am getting a PC partially for streaming as well, so that my stream quality will go up and like not look like terrible this whole time, like, like I want to upgrade it here and there. And maybe later I'm going to get internet, right? So that's also something that I'm investing in, but not necessarily into the hobby specifically. I don't know if that answered your question or if I just went on and on by myself. Yep, I am enjoying the content creating process, and streaming like this, I do enjoy it as well. Like, if I didn't enjoy it, I don't think I would have continued doing it, because I'm not, I'm someone who gets bored really easily. And finding something that I want to keep doing, or finding, like, example, like eating specific foods. So if you feed me the same thing, even if it's like different, like if you feed me cake all the time, even if it's different flavored cake, I might not want to eat cake ever again. If you didn't know, here there's food called ketoprak and gado-gado. It's quite similar. It's basically like a salad, and the sauce is a peanut sauce. It's really good. But I had to eat that for like a month straight, because that was the only thing that I liked at the office back when before the pandemic started, like 2019 or something. So, near my office, there's literally almost no restaurants, no nothing. So, this was the only thing I could get for lunch. And there were other restaurants, but it was either stuff that I couldn't eat, or I just plain didn't like it. So, I ended up eating ketoprak and gado-gado for like a whole month straight. And I think it's been 4 years that I haven't touched anything related to gado-gado or ketoprak. Not even like the individual components in other foods have I wanted them. So yeah, so I get bored and I get detached from things, even if I like those things pretty easily. So when I found hobbies that I could stick with, and then also found out that I actually do like content creating, that's pretty cool, I guess. Because I ended up wanting to stick with it even though I've been doing it for a while now. I think doing Instagram, I think it's been around a year now, and I'm not really bored of it. It gets tiring though sometimes when you think about everything, but I mean, I just want to share like my stuff with the world. So I'm gonna try and not think too much about the analytics and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it about that, I guess. I feel like I rambled way too much on that topic. But yeah, that's good. Only thing on Instagram is a stupid algorithm. That's true, actually. I I posted a lot of pictures after posting a lot of reels. I forgot when, but I think it was like I stopped posting reels often, not too long ago, and focused more on like normal posts because that's all I could do at the time. Like I didn't have time to really make any videos or edit them, so I just decided I'm just gonna post normal photos. And after that, everything reels wise for me, engagement has declined. None of them did well. None of them reached the amount of audience that I reach with a normal post, which is weird because Instagram has been really pushing reels into our faces. So, yeah, Instagram's algorithm is just annoying as hell. Like I really rather not think about the algorithm cuz it's so unpredictable and it's so weird. Like I want to just get someone to think about that for me, but like I'm not really an influencer. Like I don't want to hire someone to think about that for me. Like I don't want to pay someone to do that for me. But yeah, it's annoying. It really is. Instagram's annoying. But it is my main social media because it is the format that I use most often in general, like for recreation and stuff as well. So yeah. I do hope that you love my rambling cuz I don't think a lot of people do. They basically ruin you so you have to pay for advertising. Yeah, that's true. Which is not fair. It is really not fair. It's annoying and I think I am being a bit too rough with this brush. I don't know how to be more gentle though. I'm I'm trying to keep this brush alive for as long as I can. But I don't think I'm gentle enough to do that. I'm gonna invest this in another good brush soon, I think. The bristles have gone everywhere and I don't know how to fix it. But yeah, so that's my ramble about Instagram and everything else, I guess, about social media. That's that's what's been going through my head. I do count engagement though. Like I kind of have to, especially because um some of my posts like about Warhammer, it is also about growing the community. So I do need to care about how many people it's reaching, who it's reaching, stuff like that. Also because I want to keep doing this stuff, so I do need to care. But Instagram's making it really hard. Instagram is making it really hard for you to grow without any of their ad tools. It's a bit annoying. Like I don't want to boost my posts just because I don't have that kind of money to burn. If I did, I think I'd already be big on Instagram, I feel. Cause like I just sponsor everything, you know? Oh, I don't know if you guys know this. Like I think it's mainly on TikTok though. There's this Indonesian influencer on TikTok. I'm not criticizing her content or anything. I'm just saying that content like this exists. Like I don't know if it's a thing elsewhere. I'm pretty sure like I think like it's also a thing for other countries. I bet there's no way that there's not a single rich bored person in every country that does this. So their content basically is buying a lot of normal people items. So like they buy moisturizer, and then the title is like buying $100 million worth of moisturizer, and then the thumbnail would be the person right next to the moisturizer that they bought, and it's a whole pile like of 100 moisturizers or something. So there's content like that going around, and of course these people get viral because they've got the money, and people are like, whoa, look, novelty, like shit, that's a lot of shit. And you're just like, whoa, okay. I wish I could do that, but I'm not that rich. But yeah, I feel like it's easier to become rich if you're already rich. It's kind of hard to get money when you didn't start out with any. Let's not get started with the constant bots, right? Yeah, that too. It's annoying. It's it's a disease, honestly. Social media is hard to control. Also, like, the thing going on with Twitter is kind of annoying. Like, to see. Like, the platform was already beforehand, and then Elon Musk went ahead and bought it and charged everyone to have a little blue check mark, and did not think that it was going to backfire on him anytime soon with the amount of trolls that actually exist on Twitter. Like, I don't know how he thought that that was a good idea to allow people to pay for blue check marks. And then he got mad when people started impersonating him too. Like, I thought we were about free speech. I thought that's what you wanted, for people to be able to say what they want, post what they wanted. I guess not when it's about you, is it? It's true though. It's true though. It's easier to become rich when you're already rich. Definitely don't get that content on my TikTok, though some of the content on TikTok are actually crap and repetitive. Um, I think for TikTok specifically, the content that thrives, I'm having trouble forming words. Um, the content that thrives on Twitter is the dancing content, like the Charlie D'Amelio types, and then the content that, what's it called, like shows off wealth, basically, like the one I talked about. What else? And then the Vine-ish content, where it's like short comedy skits, basically, but it's not all that funny, and a lot longer than Vine. But the concept is like Vine, like short laugh videos. I think those are the ones that actually thrive on TikTok. And from what I know, TikTok actually mainly shows you people from your area. So if you're Indonesian, your FYP will consist mainly of Indonesian creators. And if you're an Indonesian creator, then your content will be pushed only onto the Indonesian For You page. I don't know if this is changed at all since I heard this, but that's what I heard not too long ago, because I was contemplating getting on TikTok, but also I realized that I would not do much on TikTok. I don't think my reels will do well. So I ended up just not doing TikTok and focusing on Instagram. I tried though, I think, for like 3 posts. None of them did anything. Like likes wise, engagement wise, it's very crappy. So I just decided to focus on Instagram first, and maybe in the future I'll open a TikTok. But again, from what I know, they only show you to where you're from, like your locations FYP. So I really don't see the merit in opening a TikTok, because I'm not just trying to appeal to Indonesians. Although I am trying to, that's not my main goal. So I don't know. T- Social media is weird. That too, yeah. Assets are a big thing on TikTok. I see a lot of cosplayers with better assets, and other stuff on screen, I guess. But like, it's mainly, if it's that type of content, it's mainly paired with the dancing type content, but it's not the full on dancing where you're actually moving a lot. It's the kind of bounce in place dances where you're not actually doing much, and then you transition, like you do this in front of the camera, transition a bit, and then you just kind of wobble in place like that. I I don't know how to make a TikTok video. I'm sorry. Being a man, I get a lot of women thirst traps. I think I've seen a lot of women thirst traps, and then the men thirst traps that I've seen are mainly those with like the ring light where they go like this, and then it suddenly changes to their topless video where the light is all dim, and then they have this one bright color going around the whole room, and then the light from their ring light shining on their abs. That's what's been going. Yeah, that's the kind of content TikTok pushes. It's like the um slightly more PG-13 version of OF. There's a lot of thirst traps type videos. There's still one where they do kabedon, where you like they do this to you. But so there's this door frame, right? Usually this is how it looks. There's a door frame. They're standing in the middle of it, and they're just kind of like um slightly swaying like and lip syncing to the song, and then they're just like moving towards the edge of the door frame, and then they kabedon the door frame. Like they just like lean like that to the door frame, and then the light turn off again with the like mood lighting and stuff, and you just kind of see their silhouette. Both men and women I've seen on this trend, but usually the women are in lingerie and the men are half naked. I think that's the ones that I've mainly seen are like that. So that's a thing. Okay, so yeah, that's the stuff that I've mainly seen like from TikTok. Not sure why that's the thing that goes on there, but that's what I've seen mainly. Don't know if that's what everyone else is seeing. The thing is, right? I don't see that on TikTok because I don't actually have a TikTok. So I see that mainly on my Instagram. And I don't search for that kind of stuff, so I don't know why it keeps getting recommended to me. Like it's just kind of awfully weird. Like I don't search specifically for thirst traps. And then I think it was because I accidentally clicked on one like one time, and Instagram's like, oh, "Okay, I see you, girl. You like these kind of things, don't you?" And then they just never stopped giving me thirst traps, cuz I have accidentally liked or opened, I think what was it? Oh, it's it's like I got interested at, it was, I think, what's those things, those pickled specimens, the one where they preserve the specimens. So I kind of don't like looking at those because they're really creepy looking, but somehow, some way, it made it to my For You page for some reason, random reason, and I I was coincidentally interested in the animal that they were showing. I forgot what it was, but I was like, oh, what? That's what the skeleton looks like? And then his, I, I'm not sure if it's a, their page keeps getting recommended to me afterwards. And now, sometimes, occasionally, I'll get pickled specimens on my For You page. Don't know why it keeps recommending it to me. I keep skipping those videos, but pickled specimens. So I've seen dead pickled fish. Think just skeleton, also a thing. Um, what else? I think like dead baby animals, not fish. I think birds I've seen. And then I've seen just the skulls as well. And then I've seen like the full skeleton as well. Instagram's recommending weird stuff to me. But yeah, that's what I've been getting as recommendations, and I don't know why they would even think I was interested in random pickled bodies. So yeah. It's okay, you can search whatever content you want. I don't search it, like, why would I search for that kind of content on Instagram though? I feel like that's not the best place to do that. Like, I feel like there's better places you can do that on. I don't understand. I also don't understand where I got it from. Like, also, I need to replenish the water. My wet palette is drying out. But, like, for real, I never thought in my whole entire life I would get recommended pickled fish content. I don't like fish. Like, fish actually legit creep me out. Their eyes are kind of soulless. I hate fish. Like, I hate looking at fish, I mean. That's also probably why I vibe with cats. Like, I'm not into fish unless when we're eating them. Even then, I don't like seeing the dead fish. So, there's that. I really don't like fish. They creep me out way too much for an animal. Like, their eyes are so soulless. I'm not into it. But yeah, I don't know why they recommended me to see dead fish. Like, it should be the furthest thing from what I am interested in. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Instagram is giving you what you want. Yeah, see? I told you I didn't like fish, right? Last time. I don't remember when, but I remember I said that. Because I make it very clear I'm not into fish. Or anything related to fish. I really don't like seeing the dead eyes of fish. But yeah. So, Instagram's weird, man. I like, that's just an example because for real, like, I hate fish, and that's some weird stuff that, like, not a lot of people, like, would hate, I guess. So it's an example of why I think Instagram's weird. Cause seriously, why? Like, I don't even like fish. I don't know where they got, hey, this chick might want to look at pickled fish from my I don't even search anything on Instagram, honestly. I just go to the explore page and let the explore page show me what like they want to show me, I guess, basically. I've never searched for anything on Instagram unless like I'm searching for a specific username, or like I'm searching for a specific tag to see what kind of posts are in there or something like that. But I've never specifically searched for anything on Instagram. So I don't know why they thought that that was a good idea to recommend me that. But yeah. Do you hate fish that much that you enjoy seeing that fish? I don't enjoy seeing that fish. I don't even really like fish that much, like food wise. But I do like sushi because the head is gone at that point. I won't be seeing the head. And also, um, I feel like raw fish tastes better than cooked fish because raw fish isn't as, what's it called? Fishy, I guess. Like, sometimes cooked fish, they have like this very fishy quality to it that's kind of hard to eat. But raw fish doesn't really have it, which is why I prefer sushi by a lot. Like, I really like sushi, but I'm not the biggest fan of any other fish dish, I don't think. I think for fish dishes, like, sushi's the best. Nothing can win against sushi, I don't think. My favorite sushi is also like salmon. So, but like I don't like cooked salmon. So there's that as well. I don't really like cooked salmon because it's fishy. But I like salmon sushi because it's not fishy and tastes nice. I was actually tricked into eating raw fish the first time I tried it. First time I tried sushi. Um, it was in, I think it was in high school. So I think it was like Independence Day celebration, and we had competitions for clubs, and the clubs had like groups and stuff, and my friend was in the cooking club. So she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, do you want to try our dish, like our entry?" I was like, "Oh, sure. What did you make?" "Oh, we made sushi." And um she gave me one, and I didn't think much of it because I thought she cooked the fish. But she told me she didn't after I ate it, and never looked back since. It tastes pretty good. So I was like, "Okay, actually, I'm done with this." Cuz I think at that point I was still like not into raw fish because my mom told me it wasn't great for you. Like, it's got all this health stuff that could happen if you eat raw fish. Like, you could get sick, etc. Like mothers. But yeah, so that was the first time I ate raw fish of any kind, shape, or form. And I actually really did enjoy it. That's why I think nowadays I still eat a lot of sushi. Yeah, I did say raw fish is less fishy than cooked fish. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but to me it tastes less fishy. The When you cook like salmon example, right? The salmon has this taste. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's got something at the back of it, like when you're eating it. I don't know if I can call it like a fish taste or like a fishy taste. It's just not that pleasant. Yes, smoked salmon is definitely fishier than cooked salmon, but also cooked salmon is fishier than raw salmon. I really don't know if I'm making any sense about that, but that's how I feel. Because to me, raw salmon doesn't actually have a particular taste. Not that I'm aware of. Like, it just tastes kind of fresh, and that's it. But cooked fish has its own flavor, and it's usually kind of fishy, and something I'm not quite into. I think that's the best way I can describe what I feel when I eat fish, which in itself is a very weird conversation, but here we are talking about cooked fish or relative cooked fish, I guess. But I ended up preferring raw fish over cooked fish. And from then on, I just kind of decided raw salmon was one of my favorite foods. It was really good, so I ended up really liking raw salmon. So if we go to like sushi places, that's the one thing I would definitely get. I feel like I've ruined this brush. Just terrible. Terrible news. So I just got this brush. No, you're not making any sense. Okay. I don't know how to explain what I feel when I eat what's it called? Fish. I don't know how to explain um my aversion to specific fishes but not to others. I don't really like fishy fish, so I tend to prefer white fish, which is more mild typically. That's true. I actually really like dory and stuff like that because they don't feel they don't taste fishy. I don't think, at least they they don't really have that signature fishiness to it. I don't know how else to explain it, to be honest, because like salmon, when it's cooked and when it's smoked, there's this specific fishy flavor at the back end. Like after you swallowed everything, there's a fishiness to it that I can't quite explain. But the raw one doesn't. And I prefer the raw one for that specific reason that it doesn't have that flavor. I don't know how else to explain it though, because I don't know if that even makes sense in general, is the thing. Why is it so hard to get into the damn crevices though? I know I'm being really messy about this, by the way, but it's the base coat, basically. So I'm not gonna be picky about where the paint goes yet, because it's not detailed work yet. Although I am hoping for this to be easier to cover. I don't know why it's not covering well. Like, I know I'm supposed to have more than like one layer to cover it perfectly, but I'm not getting into the crevices. What about tuna or eel? Tuna I don't like, but I like it when it's raw. I'm cool with raw tuna. Eel I actually like, but not all types of preparation of eel. Is that I'm not sure which kinds I like, but I'm not really into. Okay, so if you like go to like a sushi place, some eel or something like that, they'll be covered in that sweet sauce, teriyaki sauce, rather than like salty. So it'll taste really, really sweet. I don't like that. But that's because I don't like um Sorry. But that's because I don't like sweet sauce on things that I deem supposed to be savory. So I'm not into teriyaki chicken or anything like that because I think chicken should be salty. That's that's like why I don't like the eel with that. But the eel itself, I don't think it bothers me. The There's other ways like just to grill the eel. I think I like that one. I'm not sure, I don't remember. But there's a lot of eel dishes here. I also kind of like lele. I think lele is catfish, I think. Not 100% sure. So don't quote me on that, but I think catfish. But I like lele. So there's that. I've only ever had eel in Japan. Ah, I see. I've never had eel in Japan, so I can't tell you um the difference. But yeah, eel is pretty good actually. I really like eel, but depends on what is on it as well. If it's like teriyaki sauce, I'm not into it. But that's just like I don't really like teriyaki sauce in general on anything cuz usually the things that you put the sauce on is supposed to be salty foods. Chicken, fish. I don't know. I don't like when salty foods are made sweet. So we've established you do like fish. I do like fish when they taste good, when they're not as fishy, cuz I don't like I'm not the biggest fan of normal fish that you find at seafood places. Like I can eat fish. I don't look for it other than like salmon sushi, but that's like the one exception, literal one exception. I've never looked for fish like as a like as something I crave. Like I've craved chicken before. I've craved specific chickens as well, like specific brands of chicken or specific ways to cook chicken, but never fish, I don't think. Cuz I'm not really that into fish. But yeah. Why uh it's really hard to get into the crevices. I'm sorry, give me a second. Okay, there we go. I need to get another brush, I think, so I can willfully ruin this one and then keep the other one pretty. Don't know how I'm gonna keep the other one pretty, but this one's already fraying. I don't know. I feel like I'm just really rough with my brushes and I feel bad. But I am kind of violent when I'm painting, I guess. I'm kind of sad. I don't want this brush to get ruined yet. Anyways, maybe that's why you see dead fish on your Instagram. I don't search for dead fish though. Like, not even the food. Actually, come to think about it, I never really click on food on Instagram, but I see a lot of food on my feed. I never click on, like, anything food related though. So I don't know where it's coming from. Honestly, the Instagram algorithm makes no sense to me. It's so annoying, but I need to understand it, but I don't. I've kind of given up on understanding the Instagram algorithm at this point, to be honest. it's just it's just so wishy-washy, I think that's the best way to explain it. Oh, I'm sorry. My internet is terrible. I saw my screen freeze and it's kind of blurry. I'll look into getting my own internet soon. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to justify it, honestly. To justify getting a new internet. And this might justify it cuz like I'm getting sick of it. Cuz I'm not using the cable and it's already like this bad. It's kind of annoying. Instagram knows you better than you know yourself. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where that information came from, but you know what? They probably do know me better than I know me. Speaking of cosplay earlier, do you have any more? Yes, I do have more planned. Um, but I have nowhere to wear them. I have one more. I have one specific one that I've been dying to wear. There was an event um last week, I think. November 12th. Last week. Or was it last week? Last week, I think. So, the 12th, I was kind of feeling a little bit under the weather, so I couldn't go. Because I was told I needed to rest. And then the next week, I got COVID. So, next week, I got COVID. So, I couldn't go on the day because I got sick. And then the next week, the event was still going, but I had an event that I had RSVP to, basically. So I couldn't go. And then I got COVID the week after, basically, so I couldn't go anywhere again. So I'm not sure if there's any other events, but I do have one cosplay already lined up. And I've been dying to wear it because I actually really like the cosplay. But it is not a cosplay like I can just wear casually either. So, yeah. Finding the opportunity to cosplay is hard. I'll try to find one soon though. Either that or I'll just have a photo shoot at my place once my grandma's negative and I can come out again. Because I've been basically trapped in my room for 2 weeks now. I can't go out because my grandma's sick. And then before that, I couldn't go out because I was sick. So, I haven't really gone out and spent time outside of my room for 2 weeks. The longest I've spent outside my room is like 2 hours. And I think this week, to like accumulated, I've been outside my room for like less than an hour from Monday. The only times I'm outside my room is to shower, to brush my teeth, to go to the toilet, and to throw away trash. That's it. And all of that I do wearing a mask. So when I'm still like not in the bathroom by myself, like, or if I'm just going to the toilet, I still wear my mask. If I'm showering, then I can't wear my mask. If I'm brushing my teeth, then I also can't. But other than that, the mask is on the whole time. So the only place I can take off my mask freely is my room. So I haven't left my room in a while now. It's been really long since I've just sat outside on the couch. It's been annoying. I go from my bed, which is behind me, to this table for work. So I wear my pajamas to work. I'm not going to cosplay to work. Also because we don't turn on our cameras or anything when we have meetings. So nobody's gonna see it anyways. Maybe I'll wear it to a stream. It's a bit um it's a bit poofy though, so okay, I'll straighten up. Hold on. Let me stretch. I won't stretch too much though because last time I stretched, you're like, "Oh, the bones." Sorry, let me grab a drink and then we'll continue to the backpacks. Honestly, I was expecting to finish the base painting in a lot less than an hour. But it's already an hour and 25 and I haven't finished it, so I've had COVID for I was positive last week from Tuesday morning. That was when the test became positive. And then I tested negative Friday night, I think. I had to really think about that. But yeah, I tested negative Friday night. And then, right after that, I think it was Saturday, yeah. So Friday night, I tested negative, and I didn't go out of my room without a mask on, just in case, because I didn't do a PCR. I did the antigen. So that one has like less accuracy rates, right? So to be safe, and because also I have like a very old grandmother, so I end up still wearing the mask around the house. I didn't spend a lot of time outside either, just in case. I didn't want to contaminate anyone as well. So, but that was just one night. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll be able to go out by like Monday, which would most likely be when I am 100% cleared and definitely negative, right? Because it'll be like the fifth day that I've been deemed positive. So I'm like, okay, I'll just wait it out until Monday. And then Saturday, my grandma got really sick. She had a fever, and I think her body was just like cold, and we decided to give her a test, and she tested positive. And I went back to my room after hearing that. So it's not that I've had COVID for a long time, but there people around me also decided that to get COVID after me. So, ooh. So I ended up not being able to be free after the week that I got COVID. I'm planning to go out this Saturday though because I'm not sick anymore. So I'm going to spend my day outside. Although I'm not really complaining. I don't really mind staying in my room for that long. I I I kind of enjoy being alone in my room sometimes with the cats, but it's been hard because the cats have been limited because they're roaming around with like the virus outside. But since um nobody else seems to be sick and they don't really go near my grandma's room, I've been letting them in for the past few days, but only for the past few days. And they've been kind of barred from any places that I'm getting too close to. I haven't kissed them in a while as well, so. But other than that, I don't really mind. It's just been a bit boring, I think, because it's been 2 weeks that I'm not able to do anything. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting your party trick, just in case you're feeling kaku. Um, do we still have official COVID rules in Indonesia? Do we? I'm not sure, actually, to be honest. Even if we do, most people don't really follow it. So, so last time I went to a mall, it was for work purposes, and we were there to survey the area. So, I was I was walking around the mall, and there was 10% of people, including me and the people I was with, we were the only ones that was wearing a mask. So, um, people disregard the rules a lot. I don't know how most of us have survived this pandemic, honestly, because not a lot of us listen to the rules and actually wear masks and stuff like that. So it's been pretty amazing to see how many people have not caught COVID. Honestly, it's quite the miracle, because I would think people would have already caught, like half the population would have already caught it, like at the same time, because nobody's masking, nobody's taking care of themselves, to be honest. But as soon as I got more careful, that's when I got COVID. So I don't know. Maybe the universe just doesn't like people being careful. Maybe. Not saying any of this to encourage not masking. I'm encouraging being very careful and doing everything by the book. But I'm just saying nobody here actually listens to it. I don't think. It's been annoying, especially like when you're out in public and then you hear someone cough and then you look around and then the person coughing is not wearing a mask. But yeah, same as us. Then we don't really test either. So I don't think we tested much since the beginning, anyways. The testing mainly was like for the company itself, like if you needed people to come in and you need to get people to test because none of you want to get COVID. But specifically, like from the government, there was also issued that you have to test, I think, during the beginning. But after a while, nobody really listened anymore. And it was just kind of annoying, because then everyone just kind of did their own thing without really caring about what the government had to say about it. So yeah, it was a COVID hotspot too here, I think, not too long ago. Like when COVID first started, there was a lot of people who caught it here in Indonesia. So yeah, I think I think in general people just don't really listen here. It's kind of it's honestly, I think the pandemic here isn't COVID, it's just like how people don't listen. But yeah, I'm not saying all of them, but there are a lot of people who do that. But again, like, I feel like it's a thing everywhere as well. I see a lot of people disregarding actual health recommendations, like from the news. So it's not just us, it's every other country as well, I think. But like, I feel like those people are just annoying. They don't really care about their, like, okay, if you don't care about your own health, it's fine. But I care about my health, so I don't want to get sick. So I want people to mask up, cause if not, I might contaminate my very frail grandmother. You know, like that's just what I was thinking, I guess. It's just annoying when people don't mask because they're like, I'm young and healthy, I'll be okay. Like, yeah, you are. What about my grandma? Could be worse. I think China is still having lockdowns and people are protesting. I did hear about that actually. Not sure if they're able to protest about it like that. Like, I didn't think that that was a possibility for them, considering how strict China's government is. But I guess people are sick of being held inside, which understandable. It's been a long time. Like, it's been a long time since COVID appeared, so I get the sentiment that you're sick of everything staying the same, I guess. Because I'm sick of it too. I'm kind of sick of, like, everything still being revolving around COVID, kind of. Even though it's a lot less now, and everything has been more manageable as well. Like, the disease itself is more manageable. Like, also when I got COVID, right, I didn't actually get flu symptoms or anything. Like, my nose was pretty clear. The one that I did get was a pretty nasty cough, because I needed to cough out the phlegm. But it wasn't like an itchy throat. I just felt like I needed to cough something out. And I didn't really get that many other side effects, I don't think. I did get a lot of nausea though, and I became very lethargic, and also I don't know how to explain this in English. I've said this earlier, but I don't know what the word is in English. It's called meriang. It's like you feel really cold, but it's not cold. Like, your environment's pretty hot, but you are freezing, and your extremities usually, like feet and hands, usually they're pretty cold as well. I don't know what that's called elsewhere, but here we call it meriang. But I feel like fever is just, it's just you're hot. Like, your body's hot. Not much else about it. This one's like specifically that. It's different. Fever and this is like, they're of the same type, I think, but they're different. Like, I classify them differently. I don't know if everyone else here does that as well. But usually, if your body's just warm, that's when we're like, oh yeah, you're having a fever. But if you feel kind of cold and stuff, we don't call it a fever. We just call it meriang. But I did have a fever as well, which meriang is also like, there's fever that comes with it as well. So I guess you could call it a fever. But it's different. From what I know, it's different. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's different. We call it a temperature. Okay. But feeling cold is part of the fever. Have I? Hold on, let me think. I feel like I've had fevers where I didn't feel that way, though. I'm not sure if anyone else have, but I've had very mild fevers where that was not part of my symptoms, where it's just hot, like my body's just hot, and that's it. Like, I felt dizzy and stuff, but I didn't feel cold. So I don't know if there's a difference, but I feel like there's a difference, because there's two specific words for that. Like, meriang is one thing, and then fever we call demam. So we have another word for fever, so it must be different. So I don't know what's like the main difference though. Honestly, Indonesian is confusing, but so is every other language out there, so think I think that's good. I do need to change that up at the end. We can go back to this guy's arm. Have you never had a fever where it's just a fever? Like, I mean, like, it's just you feel hot, that's it. Or is that just me? Like, because I've had that. Like, I've had where it's very mild, so I don't feel it. Google says feeling cold and shivering is the first part of a fever. That's. So, why do we have different words for it, though? And I feel like I've had that kind of, like, very, very mild fever where it's just like your body temperature's up. But the thing is, right, when that happens to me, like just a fever, like I feel the body temperature rising up. I don't feel cold. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm weird. Or maybe it's a different thing. I don't know why we have different words for it then. Language is weird. Research with potential, yes. Here we only talk with facts. Even though we know nothing, we'll research it. Maybe one day we can get our medical licenses. Hold on, let me get into the crevices before I read again. Because I don't know why. Sometimes when I paint and I'm like trying to get it into specific areas, I'll open my mouth, like that'll help me. I don't know what that's gonna do, but okay. Go off, I guess. Let me cover this. And I think that's good. I just need to do the base now. Do this. I feel like I'm gonna use a more broken brush for the base of these guys because I use textured paint, so I don't want to ruin this brush. People also call it chills. Okay, that makes more sense because yeah, okay, that makes more sense because it does make you feel like you've got chills. Okay, so maybe it's that. Like, specifically. It's not... It doesn't refer to just the fever. Here, at least. I don't know about elsewhere. But it doesn't refer to just the fever. So... I'm trying to pick out a brush. None of them look okay. They're like, they all look dead. Like, I've used the heck out of them. Okay, this one's okay. It's been a while since I used this crusty brush. But we shall. Because I don't want to ruin my good brush. So we're going to cover the base with this brush. What have you been doing to your brushes? I haven't been using these and I don't know how to care for them well, not until recently. So some of my brushes have just died out, honestly. Fluffy! Fluffy! I can hear the kid, but the door is closed because COVID. So I don't know what to do because I don't know if she gets that I can't open the door. Hopefully she'll wait until I'm done with this because I want to finish this up first before I get interrupted, honestly. So let's try to finish this and then I'll give her some attention. Get in there. Okay. Fluffy. Fluffy's been pretty good throughout my COVID, like during my turn getting COVID. She's been a bit more fussy now that it's not me because she's met me again and she's like, oh, you're fine. So she's been fussy again after that. But yeah, it's been hard because we can't quite let the door open yet. So she's not been understanding that or taking that well. She's been annoyed at the door being closed most of the day. And she's also annoyed that she doesn't just have free reign to every other room. So there's that. Molly, on the other hand, she's been extra clingy with me because I didn't touch her for a week, I think, because I didn't want to infect her or the rest of my family with COVID. So she's just been extra clingy. I don't know what she's doing now, but she was all over me throughout the day, and I think now that I'm on camera, she knows. Because she doesn't like the camera. She likes to hide when we bring out a camera. And I think she knows when there's a camera pointed at her. So. Oh crap, that's a lot of water. No, it's fine. So yeah. I'm not neglecting them! You can't have them. I'm not neglecting them. They feel neglected though, I think. Because I can't keep the door open, unfortunately. I want to, because I don't really want to hear meowing in the middle of the night. I'd rather just let them come in and out whenever they want, because then at least I'll get a good night's sleep. But yeah, COVID is annoying. Not only does it stop you from going out and making plans or coming to like events you've already RSVP to and stuff, but it also makes your cats sad. So there's that. You could sleep lots if I take them. No! They're my babies! I would miss them terribly. When I couldn't meet them, because of COVID, because I got COVID and had to stay in the room, I felt really bad because they kept knocking at my door, and I couldn't open the door, because if they came in, they had to stay in, and then there's also a risk of them getting COVID. Like, I know pets could get it, even though it's like very, very slim chance. I don't want that chance. Like, I don't want them getting sick, so I ended up just deciding to be a good mom and not open the door. So I just sat behind the door and scratched back at them. So they would like knock on the door like, and I just do that again, and I'm like, I miss you too, from the back of the door. And then they just sit in front of the door and hang out with me, which made me feel sad that I couldn't see them. But I think Molly's in this room somewhere, sleeping, actually. Oh, I don't know if you can see her. No, you can't! You can't borrow her. I think, yeah, that's Molly. I don't know if you guys can see her. That's Molly. This over here is Molly. She's sleeping right behind a tumbler. So Molly's been very clingy. She hasn't left me the whole day. Like, she only left me to go to the toilet, and then she promptly knock on the door again. So if you guys are curious what Molly looks like, she's over there. I don't know if it's if you guys can see it, if you guys can see her, but she's over there. Yes, that's her head. She's I don't know if you guys can tell, but so this over here, this thing is my table, and then the yellow thing you see that's like some pillows that I had lying around and I don't know where to put them. So I just put it on top of these container box storage stuff that I had. And then behind that, I have a like a trolley thing where I put some random trinkets and I used to put snacks on the top layer. And I used it as like my water bottle reservoir. But then the cats decided that they like it. So now it's a cat bed on the top layer. It's a cat bed. She's basically making sure you're okay. Honestly, throughout my whole quarantine, I couldn't leave the room and I couldn't see any of the cats, right? So Fluffy was the one that was more worried about me, I think, throughout me being quarantined away. She was the one who looked for me more often. Molly, on the other hand, stayed upstairs the whole time. She didn't even come downstairs until she heard my voice. So when she heard my voice, she ran downstairs and then asked for pets. And then once I could touch her, she just never went back upstairs. And she never really left my room again after that. So, I don't know. I don't know if she's sick of my parents because she's been sleeping in my parents' room, or if she just misses me. I think it's both. She maybe have an issue with my parents because she's not allowed to scratch their bed. So she might be slightly pissed off about that. But I'd like to think that she's here because she misses me instead. Cat beds are everywhere. They sleep where they want, when they want. That's true. I bought a cat bed. I think it's in my closet now. They don't use it. They never use it. They used it once or twice. They loved it when they used it that once or twice. And then never touched it again. Not even once. So it's always a waste of money when you buy them something, because they'll never use it. Because you buy them a toy and then they'll play with the cardboard that the toy came with, like the little cardboard piece that, like, basically the tag. That's what they'll play with. And then I bought them a tunnel. They don't play with it. I got a tunnel from my mom's friend, and she bought it all the way from America, and the cats don't really use it. Molly uses it, but not to play, to sleep. So it's no longer a cat tunnel, it's just a cat bed. Fluffy doesn't like it though. She liked it in the beginning, and now not really. She's not really into it anymore. So that tunnel is basically Molly's tunnel. So it's basically an over-glorified cat bed now. I don't know what else to call it, because that's all it's being used for. It's streaky. Let me fix that. I might just get another one of these brushes, honestly. Rather than an expensive one. It's easier to not care about cheap brushes. I'll just keep buying new ones. Probably a terrible, like, plan for the future, because I don't want to keep buying brushes, but also at the same time, I'm very rough with my brushes. It might be a good idea to just get cheap ones rather than keep ruining expensive ones, no? I don't know why I'm so rough when I'm painting, no? There's no reason to be that rough. I think we're good. Let me check everything though. I think everything's fine though. I don't think I missed anything. I'm gonna go through everything just to make sure I've missed nothing. Cause I don't like surprises. But that happens often when I'm painting. I'm like, oh, everything's done. Yay. I don't need to color anything anymore. And then while I'm painting the highlights or something, I notice, hey, that's not covered with the base color that I need it to be covered with. And then I have to paint that part first with the base color and then redo the highlights around the area because it's supposed to be covered, but it wasn't. Sorry if you're not seeing what I'm doing, but I'm basically just giving it another coat. So there's also not much to see. I'm just like going like that so that the crevices is filled. I think this should do it. Let's see this one. This one was a bit messier, so I might have to cover more on this, but I don't think so. I think maybe it's the brush is too big to get in there. Get in there. I think it's good though. I think we're good. We're done! Oh shoot. The connection's unstable. But we're done! Finally, they're all the same base color. Oh, if you guys were curious about what color I'm using the base color from Citadel, which is Creamer Pink. This is the one I'm using, in case you guys wanted to know. So I go from this base, the Screamer Pink base, and I layer on a few more colors to reach this pink color. But the color is very different. I don't know how it got from this to this, to be honest. Like, it looks very different. But yeah. How long do they last? Oh wait, I missed a few things. They prefer to inconvenience me. They always do. Cats, you know. Cats always will choose the harder route for you. Easier for them, harder for you. They don't care. But I mean, if you love them, I don't think you care if they don't care. But yeah. How long do they last? Brushes? Honestly, they should last you a long time. Mine actually lasted pretty long. A few months maybe, but these were cheap ones. Like really cheap. Like probably $1 kind of cheap. So they lasted pretty long for dollar brushes basically. And these are supposed to be more expensive, and they are a lot better, don't get me wrong. This one are pretty good. They're from Citadel, and I think they're not synthetic. It's really good. I actually really enjoy using the brush, but I think I'm just a little bit too gung-ho when I paint miniatures, so the bristles get dislodged and they're kind of fraying all over the place. I don't know how to fix it, but yeah, I might need to change this soon-ish. Hopefully not. I mean, it's just the base brush, so I don't really think I need to, but I'm gonna get one just in case soon-ish. But this one has lasted me around a month before I started complaining about the fraying. But that's also because I'm very rough with my base brushes. My smaller base brush doesn't have this problem. It hasn't frayed because I'm a lot more gentle when I'm doing details. So it should last you a very long time. I'm just not gentle enough. Where are you planning to put this set when you're done? I have no idea. I have no space. Let me just tell you that. Oh, let me change the camera first so we can chat for a bit. I have no idea. Also, she's more clear now, I think, right? So, Molly, and then a tumbler, and then some containers down there, and then my old table. This is my old table. So yeah, um, I have no idea where I'm gonna put this. I have no space. I don't have any space in the display case. I don't have any space on the outside display case. I don't have any more shelves, and I don't know. I might get like a bit of space like for a diorama, but I'm not sure because I need to be able to bring it around. So I might think about it first. So I might get something to make a diorama out of, and then display it that way at home, and then when I need to bring it around, I'll just take out the miniatures from that. Ooh, cat stream. Yeah. Beautiful cat. Also, beside the TV stand in the living room, there's no space though. If so, the thing is, right? I have a very particular sister. It's annoying that she's very particular. Um, she doesn't like it when we just display things randomly with no aesthetic purpose, if that makes sense. So, our house needs to match in her eyes. Um, she doesn't she doesn't like all my mecha stuff either, but she got no say in it because we got no space. So, but she ended up helping me move around the display to also kind of to her liking. So, yeah, she's very particular. She also has to coordinate my mom and sister's outfit. So I have two sisters. This sister's just very particular. She has to coordinate everyone's outfits before we go, so we don't embarrass her. She's that kind of person. So I can't just display things randomly as I want because she'll think it's clutter. So yeah. In the kitchen cupboards, I'm scared that one day a cockroach is gonna appear and my mom's gonna like accidentally smack it. Cause we have a lot of cockroaches here for some reason. When we moved here, we didn't know cockroaches would be a thing that we had to deal with on the reg. Like, it's been very regular that I have to take out cockroach bodies. There are some busy weeks where you have to take out like two or three on the same like week. And then there are some like emptier weeks where it's like one cockroach a week or like one cockroach a month. Those are the happy months, where you don't actually have to do much. But there are times where the cockroach infestation is a lot. Thing is, we don't actually know how to stop it because I think they're coming from the drain at the back. And there's no way to cover it. We need the drain. And I don't think we can exterminate either. So cockroaches are just a thing. And it's not really that big of a problem to call it an infestation either. Like, it's just one or two. It's not like hundreds at the same time. So, yeah. But my family, my sisters and my mom, deathly afraid of cockroaches. Terrified. My mom will gladly sacrifice us to the cockroach for her safety. Other two sisters not so happy about it. I'm fine with it because I don't mind dealing with cockroaches. But yeah, that's why I don't want to put that anywhere in the kitchen. I'm scared that she's just one day gonna see a cockroach and smack it off the counter. Cause She will drop everything. She will drop everything just to run away from a cockroach. There was one time, I was driving her and my grandma in the car, and a cockroach appeared, and then she did parkour inside the car while the cockroach chased her around the car. So if the cockroach was like on one side, she'd run to the other side, and then the cockroach would just follow her. Like it'll make a turn and then be right above her head in the next second. And then she'll like jump to the front seat, and then the cockroach will follow suit, and then she'll jump back to the back seat. So she just parkoured throughout the whole car, with my grandma lying in the back seat and me driving at the wheel. And she stressed me out so much that day. She was screaming in my ear. She's like, "Pull over!" And we were at the toll road, so I couldn't pull over. So she just kept screaming like, "Pull over now!" And I'm like, "We're in the toll road. I can't pull over. You really want me to pull over now?" She's like, "Pull over!" And I start pulling over, and she's like, "You're right. We're at the toll road. Keep going." So it was confusing. It was funny, but yeah. She will end it all for the cockroach, like to get away for a cockroach. Yes, the sister who nearly drowned is the sister who is very picky, but both sisters are deathly afraid of cockroaches. The only person not deathly afraid of cockroaches is me and my dad. But my youngest sister used to not be scared of cockroaches. I don't know why. Suddenly she got afraid of cockroaches. The theory from second sister, like the middle child, is that she copied the middle child's phobia. But I mean, when you're younger, you copy someone older than you quite a lot, I think, because you look up to them and they're like your role model kind of situation. And she looked up to my other sister. They were a lot closer because the age gap is also like closer. I'm 6 years older than the youngest one and 3 years older than the second one. So the age gap is like 3 and then 3 again. So she was a lot closer to the middle child because they're closer in age. And from there, I think she ended up wanting to become like her more. So she ended up picking up a few traits, one of them being afraid of cockroaches. So now I'm the only one who can deal with cockroaches if my dad isn't around. Even then, I'm not into I'm not into killing animals of any kind, even bugs. I don't like killing things. I don't even like killing mosquitoes. Like, I don't like slapping them out the air like that. I can't do it. If I kill a bug or something, I have to use like a tissue or something. Like, I don't want to touch it. So yeah, I don't kill the cockroaches if I can. But I do end up spraying it a lot with like bug repellent, I guess, like mosquito killer spray to get it unconscious. Hopefully not enough to kill it, but to get it unconscious at least so that I could like sweep it up and get it out. Cause I'm not into hitting them with like the broom or the back of my sandal. So you're not into killing them, you just like seeing them pickled. No, I don't like seeing them pickled even then. But some of them are really cool. I've seen cool pickled animals, but I don't like seeing it. It's a bit much to be honest. I also don't know why. I also got a lot of taxidermy videos on Instagram. Don't know where that's from, but yeah, I got a lot of taxidermy videos. I don't know why, when, how, where that came from, but taxidermy, man. Again, don't know why Instagram thought that was something I would enjoy. but I guess I'm supposed to, cause Instagram recommended it to me. I guess. I'm gonna figure out where to put this. Hold on. Oh, I think I figured it out. We're definitely into different things. Definitely. I think so too. Although I don't think Instagram is showing me a lot of the things I'm actually interested in. Because all of the things on my Instagram, I don't really actually pay attention to first. There are only a few things that I actually am like, oh, actually, I do like this thing or like this topic specifically. Because it keeps like coming up. Like, I post a lot about Warhammer and Gundams. It's not the majority of my feed though. It's not the majority of my Explore feed though. I don't know why. Like, I thought that would be one of the things that Instagram would flag as like, oh yeah, she definitely likes this, you know, because I post to those categories as well. But I don't see them often. So, I don't know. Instagram's weird, man. That's the best thing I can say. Instagram's weird. I'm trying to glue the satchel back, by the way. If I look confused or like I'm looking down a lot, that's why. I'm trying to glue back the satchel that fell. So honestly, usually you use cement, but my cement is not working too well. I think it's because there's like a drop left inside of the bottle. So I'm using super glue, which not the best option, honestly, to be frank. It's not a good option, but I mean, I need it glued down anyways, so I don't really think I want to grab more cement, like, just to do this. Like, I'm gonna grab more cement, but it's also already kind of painted over. It's gonna be a hassle if I use cement. Oh no, the hand is falling off again. I don't know why. This one is having a lot of issues with the gluing. I don't know why. Oh, no. It's called cement, but it's this. I don't know if it's, hold on. This is the glue I'm using. This is cement. So, let me turn off the light. Oh. This is the cement I use. So this is Tamiya extra thin cement. So this is the one that I use. And it's really good cement, honestly. But it's not working for some reason at the moment. So I'm just gonna use super glue because I'm getting annoyed. So how this cement works is it melts the plastic. So that when the plastic melts, right, it just, when it cools, it becomes one again. So the bond should be pretty good and permanent. Maybe better than super glue. I don't know why it's not sticking though. Honestly, it's probably the weird pose the hand is in. Okay, maybe we'll just glue it on the hand. Is it the same thing as super glue? If that's your question, then the answer is no. Super glue does not melt the plastic. At least I don't think so. Like, the connection formed with super glue is based on the glue. It doesn't chemically react with the plastic, I don't think. But cement does react with the plastic. It does actually melt the plastic. And like if you use it on Gundams or something similar, when you add a lot of the cement, you can see the plastic actually basically dissolving. And like if you add a certain amount of like plastic pieces into a lot of cement, you can get a paste where you can use that paste to like fill in gaps and stuff, which I've done before. Like I've made the paste before, and it does work. Like it literally just dissolves. Meanwhile, with super glue, no matter how much super glue you put, the plastic wouldn't melt that way. It wouldn't make a paste where you can where you can what's it called? It's not sticking though. I don't know why. Where you can fill gaps in with it or something similar. So yeah. It's different from glue. But it's not sticking. At the end of the day, nothing is sticking for some reason. At the end of the day, if you're sticking something, then you know, just use whatever. Cement is better though, in my opinion. It's just that when you cement the paint, it strips it. So if your part is already painted, you're gonna have to strip the paint a bit first to get the plastic melded in with the plastic again. It's not like cement in construction. No, it's not. It's different because cement in construction, I think, is also kind of made with gravel and stuff, right? It's got more of a rocky texture, cause hey, nothing is sticking, huh? You know what? I'll just leave it. First, I'll stick it on a different day. If it's not sticking now, it's probably not gonna stick for a bit. So I'm not gonna fret about it. If I do, I'm going to stress myself out. And then I'll never finish it. Anyways, yeah. It's different. So I think like cement used in building is actually, let's search it up. Let's finish this discourse before I end the stream. Cement is a binder, a chemical substance used for construction that's hard and adheres to other materials. It is. Oh, I was thinking of concrete. Is it the sign? It looks different, no? For cement used in construction, it usually looks like powder that you mix up and then you get a more like a paste texture, and then you use that as a binder. Meanwhile, this cement it's liquid. I don't know if it's obvious. It's liquid. It's clear liquid. It looks like water. So that's what the cement looks like. So it's not like cement in construction. I think my answer is no. Not sure. To the answer. To the question. But I think the answer is no. What's the time? 11:19. It's 11, so I'm going to go to sleep soon. So I'm going to clean up and then go to sleep. But yeah, that's that. I can't figure out why it won't stick, so I'll just ask someone else to stick it for me so that I don't get mad. Because I am going to get mad if at this miniature if it doesn't stick. But yeah, learning with Titgal. Learning one topic at a time. That's. I'm gonna start cleaning up while we're chatting, cause I don't wanna mess up anything. Like I don't wanna forget anything. Let's put everything away. Since everything should be painted, should be dried by now, I'm just gonna throw everything in the same pile. Everything that's not done in the same pile. Oh. Oh. So I was like, why is it darker? I'm stupid. So look. This is a lot darker than this. Like you can actually see the light like bouncing off of this and not on this. And I'm like, why? Why is it different? I forgot I already did a wash on this, so this is supposed to be darker. But yeah, so pile of pink marines that are yet to be done. Let's put that away. And the two that are already done. Yeah. I have these on my Instagram, so I'm actually really proud of them, so I'm gonna show them off when I can. Who knew you'd be researching cement at 11? I know, right? I didn't. I never thought that would be a thing that I'm doing. I actually never even thought that I would research anything about cement, to be honest. Because it's not a thing that you encounter on the daily, nor do you think about it on the daily. So yeah. What's a wash? Okay, let me grab one. Okay. This is what we call a wash. If you can see the way the paint looks there, it's very liquid and it's not like paint. So this is what paint like looks like. It doesn't just like this one looks more like water. This one doesn't. But this has a lot of pigment as well. But it is very watered down. So when you go over your whole miniature with this one, it gets into all the deep recesses and all the crevices, and then it stains there the most because the paint pools there. So when it dries pooled up in all of the recesses and where all your shadows are supposed to be. So your base color, usually you add the shade color on top of it to darken everything down, and then you highlight that, starting with going back to what you used as the base. Oh, the cat is awake. She's gonna go back to sleep. Her head disappeared. Molly? 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 She's not waking up. But yeah, so usually you do a base coat and then you get a wash to darken everything and get all of the recesses like highlighted. So all of the shadows are darker now. And then you go back to what you use as a base color to highlight everything again to make it back to the color that it was before. And then, but you don't go into all of the recesses, so all the recesses stays really dark. And everywhere that you want to keep dark, you don't highlight again with your base color. So that's what it is, basically. I literally thought you meant you ran water over it, but that makes so much more sense. Actually, don't run water over your miniatures. Please don't wash your miniatures like that. She has worked hard to stream, yeah. She carried the stream, man. She's the cute one, so Um, everyone's here for her, but I don't think she cares, cause she's hiding her face now. She's such a diva, honestly. But yeah. So I'm glad we finally finished base coating everything, cause it's pretty late. I thought I would finish this earlier. Honestly, I thought I would finish it in like 30 minutes maybe, and then I'll be like, oh damn, I'm running out of things to do. Apparently not. I took like an hour, almost 2 hours, to finish up base painting. So that's a surprise. Honestly, I thought it would take a lot faster. I really didn't think it would take almost 2 hours just to base paint 3 models. Only 3 took that long. So why you wouldn't start with the wash if it's darker is because it's not pigmented enough. So if you put the wash over white, only the crevices are gonna be colored. There are different colored washes. The one that I'm specifically showing here, this is red. So I have a blue wash, a red wash, this one, a black wash, and also a brown wash, I think. And they all give you like a different contrast to whatever color you're using. So you get to play around with it, but it is not pigmented enough so that you can have like a very nice dark base. So if you start out with the base color, since all of the parts are already in the color that you want, like let's say for me in this case it'll be pink, when you put the wash over it, the pink will darken, creating the shadow effect. But if you just have the wash first and then you add it as a highlight, the base of it would still be whatever primer that you used. And in this case, because I am painting it pink, I need to have a bright colored primer. So then my primer is gray. So if I put the wash over the gray, then it'll just look like gray with splotches of red, rather than a darker pink color that has like more red tint into it, which is what you would look for, rather than the first option where it's just the primer with splotchy color on it. So like it's kind of like adding very, very watered down paint onto your surface. So if your surface is white and you add a very watered down red, you'll probably get like a very thin down pink. And if you put red watered down on top of yellow paper, then you'll probably get some kind of like an orange color, but very thin orange color. So that's the same kind of like, what's it called? Principle, I guess. It's the same kind of principle. So yeah, you need a base color to make the shade actually do anything other than just make it look messy and like you painted it with watercolor, because it's very watered down, so you won't be able to actually build up any color with it. I'm not sure if my explanation made sense, but yeah. Oh, I'm glad it makes sense. I've learned lots today. That's good. Lots of learning here at my channel. There's not one day where we didn't open Google and try to search stuff up. But yeah, that's basically the principle of washes. There's also other stuff. There's lots of different types of colors. Like there's contrast colors, which I'll get into a different day. Maybe I'll make a YouTube video about it. There's lots of different types of colors, and it would have been nice if someone did explain to me when I first started out what all of this meant. So I might do a little video about that on YouTube, but I'll think about it first. But yeah. Oh shoot, it's already 11:30. I will. I'll think about how to make it a reel, cause might be a bit long for a reel, but I'll think about it. I'll do an informational thing about it. But yeah, it's 11:30 though. I have to go. I have to sleep because I have work tomorrow. But I'll be back here tomorrow to stream. We'll do something very simple though tomorrow. Maybe Hello Kitty or the Nobel. We'll think about it. I am leaning towards Hello Kitty though, because I already have all my Hello Kitties displayed, and I only have one Hello Kitty that I haven't made and or displayed. So we might do that tomorrow. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and hopefully you guys will come back here tomorrow and help me build a Gundam. So I think that's that. Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. I really do look forward to all of my streams, and I hope that you come back tomorrow and accompany me again. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for coming as well and chatting with me so that it's not as lonely. Molly also says goodbye, even though she's asleep. And hopefully, we'll see you guys again tomorrow. So, yeah. See you guys. Bye bye.